What is going on, Guardians? Ember here with another one for you. Today we're going to be rocking a Solar Titan build with Pyrogale Gauntlets for big ignitions and even bigger boss damage. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video so you can be a master of this super and deal the top damage in any Pantheon lobby. Before we get into it, head down below this video, absolutely obliterate that like and subscribe button. I will be changing up my build format just a little bit for this video, so let me know in the comment section below if you enjoy that. And without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so we are going to be pairing some powerful stuff together for this build here. We are using Pyrogale Gauntlets for it. We're going to get an insane super slam off of that burning maul. We're pairing it with the Rufus's Fury because right now Solar and Strand go together so well because of the artifact mods, and I'll show those off in just a second. We're rocking rewind rounds and target lock, both enhanced on this one. We have the Cartesian coordinate, and we're using the Whisper of the Worm. We will be swapping this between Whisper and my Crux termination with Clown Cartridge and Explosive Light, just for when it's a little more difficult to get the crit shot off, and then obviously Parasite for Atrax. Let's check out the subclass here. What we've got going on is obviously the Burning Maul. We're using the Throwing Hammer, the Healing Grenade. The aspects we're using are Consecration and Roaring Flames, and our fragments are Ember of Wonder, Benevolence, Torches, and Searing. Checking out the artifact we have here, we have all of these right over in the corner, and then finally our mods right here. And just to be sure, make sure you are swapping out your weapon, surge, and holster mods accordingly when you're using something like the Whisper and then swapping over to the Crux termination. Having said all that, let's go ahead and check out some of that gameplay.
Yesterday you said tomorrow, so just do it!
Alright, so we have everything in this build set up to give you a perfect way to deal with any situation that you might find yourself in Pantheon. You'll always have a tool at your disposal because of how we're setting up our abilities, our aspects, our fragments, and our artifact mods. And we're going to be pairing Roaring Flames with Consecration. This is going to give us bigger and better damage with our Consecration Slam, as well as helping us out when we need a huge amount of enemies cleared from right in front of us. And since we are going to have our Slam go out and create all those ignitions, we're going to be getting some extra ability energy back. We'll go into how we'll be doing that when we go into our fragments, but you should almost always have this Consecration Slam up, even if you just used it. As long as your teammates are making you at least a few orbs here and there, it'll be like butter. Moving on to our fragments, pairing the Ember of Searing with the Ember of Benevolence while you're using that Consecration for the Slam is going to give you melee energy, create a fire sprite, which when you pick it up will give you grenade energy, and then from Ember of Benevolence you're getting all of your ability regens super quick. They're going to get really fast regen for that last little bit, so you should be able to top that off super easy. On top of that, Ember of Torches and Ember of Wonder just adds the cherry on top. With Ember of Wonder, since our Consecration Slam is going to create an ignition, it's going to give us an Orb of Power right away. So that's going to give us a little bit of our melee energy with our mod setup, and Ember of Torches is going to give us Radiant
Get down, Mr. President!
on the activation of Consecration. Since we'll be sending out that first initial wave, which scorches targets, that's going to trigger Radiant for not only you, but all of the teammates around you, and that's great utility. Moving on to our artifact mods, and these are huge. I'm pairing Torch with Unraveling Orbs and Horde Shuttle all together in one. And the reason I'm grouping them together here is because that's how you're going to be using them functionally on the battlefield. These are going to be giving you big damage buffs to Rufus's Fury or whatever Strand weapon you choose to use, and make them create threadlings and unravel all the targets in front of you. And that's why I say all these abilities marry together so well. Since we're using our Consecration Slam and Ember of Wonder is giving us an orb, we'll be able to pick up that orb pretty much immediately and get unraveling rounds for Rufus's Fury, so that after that, even if we don't have our Consecration again, we can still clear huge waves of ads. And as you can see here, Rufus's does huge work on those knights that come and try and destroy your bombs while you're doing Oryx as well. Pick up that unraveling round and never run out of ammo with the Rufuses thanks to the rewind rounds. Make sure you're picking up Heart of the Flame in that artifact as well, so that you can get huge super damage on whatever it is. I mean, in this encounter in Oryx, since you can't use it on Oryx himself, I'll use it on the Tormentor when you take him into Final Stand. Blow off both of his shoulder pads with Rufus's real quick, and then hit him with that slam. That is going to give you a huge amount of damage, and take that thing out immediately. Your teammates will thank you. And with the Flame, Fiber, and Freeze perk, giving us the dual Solar and Strands Siphon for our Rufuses and all of our other weapons that we're using, it's going to help us to keep those unraveling orbs going with Rufuses. And the last artifact mod to mention is Revitalizing Blast. Solar abilities weaken targets when you hit them. And we're using that for two reasons. One, it's awesome and gives you huge amounts of damage. And number two, because we're using Consecration, it has that dual activation. So when you hit them with the first wave, they're getting Scorch and they're getting weakened. And then you hit them again with the slam that comes after that. They're taking huge damage and igniting immediately. You're going to basically wipe whatever it is in front of you there. And this works all so perfectly well because we're getting all of that extra ability energy regen from our Consecration Slam. You're free to use your healing grenade whenever you feel even a little pressured, because the next time you get that Consecration Slam, you're generating a Fire Sprite giving you grenade energy, and you're getting quicker ability regen. It all works together so well. This has to be my favorite combo to date to use in Destiny 2. Let me know in the comment section below what your favorite role to have on Rufus's Fury is, or what your favorite strand weapon to pair with a solar subclass is this season. I have been enjoying Pantheon so much. It's been incredibly rewarding. Not only is it difficult, I'm looking at you planets, but the skills that I know we all are gaining as Guardians are going to be incredibly important for the Final Shape raid. And Guardians, that's going to have to be all for me for now. Thanks for watching, Guardians. I appreciate you all stopping by. And until next time, be without form, swift as lightning.